Welcome everyone. My name is Venkat.
My name is Guy. Let me tell you today a bit about Flexible IR. Flexible IR actually is a framework to build cyber incident response capabilities. If you want to find out more, don't hesitate, go to flexibleir.com or simply type phishing playbooks or ransomware playbook in an internet search engine and you'll find Flexible IR.
When under attack, the response is at various levels. The analyst typically finds out that there is something abnormal. But as the incident progresses, the response could be at various levels.
Most of them will be seen, or all of them will be seen by the analyst. When the incident becomes a bit bigger, maybe it's a CISO involved in analysis and decision making. When there's a bigger external impact, you may see the CEO being involved or other corporate functions like corporate comms or legal.
Cyber incidents happen each day.
The key question here is, how are we going to respond? What is the efficient response? What's the proper response? And in any case, when the incident has happened, the clock is running, so we need to do something. Most companies today have incident response plans.
But these are all long-running Word documents.
Which, is very hard to update and is sometimes very hard to use. At this point, we have Flexible IR coming in.
Flexible IR provides visually easy, state-of-art, easy, simple playbooks. Easy to remember, easy to practice.
But not only does Flexible IR provide playbooks of various kinds, but it's also a platform which can be used for practice.
Where you can conduct drills, take up scenarios, and get better.
Because, at the end of the day, having something is great, but being able to execute in an efficient and quick way is even more important. The general logic underlying the playbook construction and the visual representation is essentially aligned to the MITRE attack framework and obviously goes from left to right in terms of bad guy progression and defensive moves.
Similarly, we want the defender also to go from left to right to fight against the adversity. We initially thought building playbooks is good enough, but the key point is to practice these playbooks, train the users, and get the operational knowledge back.
The good thing here is that the starting point is about 200 playbooks, best practice playbooks, which have been produced by the community, which is your starting point, so you don't start from scratch.
Playbooks have to be evolving. Here is an example for a phishing attack playbook.
A very popular one, unfortunately, today is a ransomware playbook. This is the technical part, which would be used by the incident management team when they're involved in the response. But obviously, some ransomware playbooks have a company-wide impact. And here is the part which would be dedicated to the executives who will be also involved in the response.
We provide over 200 plus playbooks covering most of the SIM-related use cases.
There is a typical top threats are covered, PII-related playbooks are covered, user-related incidents, mobile app incidents, network incidents, plus many others, yeah? And obviously you have a mitigation library because in some sense, you can build your own. So you have ready-made playbooks, but you have also components which you can assemble and customize for your own needs or your own view of the world. The playbooks are, of course, the core of your incident response, but there are many other components which are necessary to make incident response efficient. You obviously have your logs of the various systems which will give an indication of activity. All these are imported into your SIM solution, could be Splunk, could be QRadar, could be others, and there's a logic organized to actually detect incidents in this environment. And obviously, if detection happens, then according to the playbook, maybe certain tickets are generated.
It's easy to integrate with your ticketing systems. Playbooks are simple URLs.
You can see with this very large diversity of playbooks and organized in an easy to understand, easy to modify, easy to manipulate visual platform.
Get ready for any kind of a cyber attack.
We have a good start by having 200 best practice playbooks which have been produced by the community. So we don't start from a blank sheet. We can both address a technical response where the incident detection team or management team is involved, but also we have support for the executive level incident response. And I think that's important, especially when some of the incidents have a big external impact. And, there's no point of having great playbooks if you don't exercise. So there's a functional support to actually execute drills so that you get faster. Faster is important because in most cases, the faster you are, the lower the business impact. And I have seen most cases, when you are very fast, you can reduce the impact between 50 to 2/3 of the potential impact. I think that's an enormous number, and therefore the drills are very important to actually get you to that speed. So as a summary, once you have detailed playbooks and you practice them, well, obviously you gain a quick response, and therefore, you can reduce your impact. If you want to find out more, as I said, please go to flexibleir.com. Obviously, there is a lot more to be said about every playbook and also the functionality of the tool. So don't hesitate and discover the various features of the platform and the framework.